Everything we know about human history might be wrong? Beneath deserts, under oceans, and hidden in the cracks of ancient myths, there's growing evidence that a highly advanced civilization once walked this earth, long before the Egyptians, the Sumerians, or any empire in our textbooks. And yet, history refuses to speak their name. Why? Because if the truth gets out, it could rewrite the story of humanity forever. This is not science fiction. This is archaeology's greatest mystery. And today, you'll see the clues for yourself. Are you ready to uncover the civilization we were never meant to remember? The forgotten puzzle pieces. We've been told civilization began around 6,000 years ago, Mesopotamia, the cradle of humanity. But across the globe, scattered and silent, lie ancient anomalies that defy this timeline. Let's start with Göbekli Tepe. Discovered in modern-day Turkey, this megalithic site predates the Egyptian pyramids by over 7,000 years. It was built when humans were supposedly hunter-gatherers, without metal tools, cities, or even farming. Yet, massive stone pillars, arranged in perfect circles, covered in advanced carvings. Some weigh up to 20 tons. Who built this? How did they move the stones? Why did they bury it deliberately under tons of dirt? No one has the answers. But one thing is clear: Göbekli Tepe shouldn't exist. Then there's the Sphinx in Egypt. Not the pyramids, the Sphinx. Geologists have found erosion patterns consistent with thousands of years of rainfall, rain that hasn't touched Egypt's desert for over 9,000 years. That pushes its construction far earlier than mainstream historians are willing to admit. And it's not just land. Off the coast of Japan lies Yonaguni Monument, a massive, submerged stone structure. Straight lines, right angles, terraces, steps, everything about it screams intelligent design. But here's the twist: it's been underwater for more than 10,000 years. That's long before any known civilization built in stone. What are we looking at here? Scattered, broken clues. But together, they form a shadow, a ghost of a civilization advanced enough to shape stone, chart the stars, and maybe even sail the seas. And then, disappear. Lost knowledge and suppressed discoveries. If an ancient advanced civilization existed, where did its knowledge go? And more importantly, who decided to bury it? In 1901, divers off the coast of Greece discovered a strange object inside a sunken Roman shipwreck. It looked like nothing they'd ever seen: gears, cogs, and a mechanical dial system. Today, we call it the Antikythera Mechanism. It's over 2,000 years old, yet it could predict eclipses, track planetary movements, and even adjust for leap years. Experts now call it the world's first analog computer. But here's the problem: no other technology like it appears for another 1,000 years. So where did that knowledge come from? More importantly, how did it vanish? And then, there are the maps. In 1513, Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis created a map showing Antarctica, without ice. Perfectly detailed coastlines, long before satellites or planes ever existed. But here's the twist: Antarctica has been frozen for thousands of years. Which means the original source of that map may come from a time when the continent was still green. Who was mapping the Earth at such a scale back then? And why have these findings been dismissed for decades? Some scholars speak out. Many are silenced. Research disappears. Careers are destroyed. Because if ancient humans possessed advanced knowledge, then the story we've built around our origins begins to crumble. This isn't about aliens or myths. This is about something real, something we lost. And if we once reached that level of greatness, the bigger question is, what wiped it all out? The Great Reset. Was there a global cataclysm? If a great civilization once rose before ours, then something must have brought it crashing down. And the evidence suggests it wasn't war. It was nature. Violent, global, and unstoppable. Let's talk about the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis. Around 12,800 years ago, Earth was hit by a sudden shift, plunging the planet back into an ice age. Sea levels dropped. Temperatures collapsed. Mass extinction followed. Some scientists now believe this was triggered by a massive cosmic impact, a comet or asteroid breaking apart in the atmosphere and raining fire across continents. The smoking gun? Microscopic nanodiamonds in a mysterious layer of black carbon found in multiple archaeological sites across North America, Europe, and the Middle East. All dated to the exact same period. Entire species vanished. Glaciers surge. Coastal regions, gone beneath rising seas. And if a high-tech civilization had existed during this time, its cities would now lie buried under mud, sunk beneath oceans, or erased by fire and ice. It would be the ultimate reset. A clean slate for history. And a convenient one for those writing it. Because if survivors tried to rebuild, they'd be reduced to legends. Echoes in myths. Gods in ancient stories. And their ruins? Misinterpreted, or ignored. But here's the thing, this catastrophe wasn't random. It was sudden. It was brutal. And it may not be the only one. Echoes in myth. Did ancient texts try to warn us? What if the stories we call myths are actually memories? Across the world, ancient cultures speak of a time before time. A golden age. A great flood. A fall from the stars. The Sumerians wrote of gods descending from the heavens with knowledge of math, writing, and architecture. The Hindus described vast cities, flying machines called vimanas, and wars that lit the sky like suns. The Greeks told of Atlantis, a powerful civilization that vanished in a single day and night of disaster. In the Bible, the Quran, and other sacred texts, each speaks of a great flood, a reset, a second beginning. Different cultures. Different continents. Same story. Coincidence? Or coded history? Here's the twist. The deeper we look, the more these myths align with actual geology, astronomy, and archaeology. What if ancient texts weren't just spiritual tales, but warnings from the last civilization to fall? Whispers across time, begging us to remember. To prepare. To not make the same mistake again. But we didn't listen. And now, once again, we stand at the edge of unknowns. Technological power in our hands. Environmental chaos on the rise. And history buried beneath our feet. The truth is this: we might not be the first advanced civilization. But if we forget the ones who came before us, we might be the next to disappear. Maybe history isn't missing, maybe it's hidden, buried beneath sand, stone, and silence. And the deeper we dig, the clearer it becomes. We're not just discovering the past. We're rediscovering ourselves. If this video made you question what you've been told about history, don't let the story end here. Subscribe for more mind-expanding truths, comment your thoughts, we read them all, and share this with someone who still thinks we're the first to rise. Because the more we uncover, the closer we get to the truth they never wanted us to find.